Ouais. Hello. Woo, hello. Oh, wait, where's my beanie? You know how many times I go live and then don't realize I'm not wearing my beanie until I see myself in the camera? Lots of times. Oh my god, it's the streamer! Oh my god! Well, hello everybody. OMG, it's him. Look, guys, it's Control Geek. He hasn't been live in a whole week because I've been busy, and no one's allowed to criticize me for that. I have a life outside of streaming. Honestly, I have a bit too much of a life outside of streaming. It constantly gets in my way. I cannot seem to stream. Consistently, at least. Well, while I was in the starting soon screen, guess what I did? Music's a bit loud? Oh, music is loud. You're right. I do have it turned up a lot. How's that? How's that? That better? Okay, well now it's in between songs, so. Let's see. I actually kind of liked the rock thing we had going. We can still hear you. Turn the music up. Ouch! Damn! What's up, Mendoza? What's up, Titan and Todra and Rosie and Apple and I think I saw Orange Steve. Yep, this is Orange Steve. So, um, you got your team built? Hell no. Hell no, I don't have my team built. But that's what I was getting into. Chilling, how was your day? Well, I spent today doing this. Snubbles. Bunch of snubbles. And there's a reason. Actually, let's keep it on just chatting. There's a reason I have a bunch of snubbles, and that is because they are in the field egg group. I'm trying to get a no speed, no attack, or shiny Oranguru in time for Pittsburgh. If I can't get that, I will build as close to, as I can get to that. However, he has had a day. I have had a day. Oh, he has one day. Snubble the call for Pittsburgh? Hell no. Fuck that. No, you know what, Todra? Not only am I going to bring Snubble to Pittsburgh, I'm going to bring a zero speed, zero attack Snubble to Pittsburgh. Let's just completely self-sabotage ourselves. Also, I'm still wearing my work shirt, I just realized. Whoopsie. Um, so they're in the field egg group, which is the same egg group as Oranguru, and the only Pokemon, and I have a, no, Rosie, you have to redeem points for that. I have a zero speed Teddiursa, which is in the field egg group. I just needed to find anything else in the field egg group that had zero attack. And Snubble is the only Pokemon I had for that. That was field and egg group. Hasta la vista! That's not what that means. I think you're joking, but you often bring Frostmoth. I'm unpredictable. I gotta keep them guessing. I gotta keep them guessing. That's the whole point. Um, so I spent the greater part of today trying to breed or I shiny hunted Hydreigon earlier. So I have Magmar, Hydreigon, Rillaboom, and Ursaluna done. I need to finish building Sneasler and then I need Oranguru. So once I just during in the starting soon screen, I literally finished breeding a no speed, no attack male Snubble. I already have a no speed, no attack female Snubble. So now that I have that, now that I went from female and now I bred until I got a male, now that male Snubble can breed with a female Oranguru using the Destiny Knot, and I should be able to get a no speed, no attack Oranguru. Then, once I get that, I'll get another no speed, no attack Oranguru, one female, one male, breed those two together, both holding what? Destiny knots? What? No, one holding the one of each bracer, whatever they're called, and then shiny hunt. Risk the beep boop TYVM. You talking about you're talking about you'll risk jetting it. Yeah, that's the process I'm gonna be going through to try and get this damn fucking monkey Orangaroo. It's a lot. It looks like one at your house. I like this toy sword. Team won't be ready, is what you're saying. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. If I can't get all that done, then whatever. I gotta practice, is the thing. Um, I have to. That takes precedence over this completely optional hunt. Obviously, I need to get a ton of practice in between now and the regional, but I'm gonna try and get that hunt in where I can, if I can. Um, but I am juggling that. I have an interview tomorrow, so I can't stay up too late today. Um, I think Tojo prefer doing all that. Yeah, that's it. It is a lot of work. So, what shinies are you missing? Ursaluna can't be shiny hunted because it's Blood Moon. Rillaboom, I'm not shiny hunting because I'm intentionally bringing the same Rillaboom I brought all the other Reg H tours, but that guy. Uh, and then Oranguru. That's all I'm missing. I have shiny Magmar and Hydreigon, and you sent me shiny Sneasler. So I have those. So three I have the shinies of, two I'm either not getting or can't get the shiny of, and then I just have one left, which is a Rangaroo. But I do need a lot more practice, and unfortunately there are no tours between now and the tournament that fit into my work schedule. So that is unfortunate. I will have to settle for showdown ladder, viewer battles, and offline fights against my friends. So I am willing to do viewer battles today, if anyone wants to do that. But first, we are going to do a very in-depth geek dive into megas. I'm gonna beat the brakes off you. That's not what I want to hear. Actually, I should be winning because that means that I will be prepared for the tournament. What format is this? What it's Reg H. It's the Pittsburgh Regional. That's what I'm preparing for. Literally just got in bed. Oh no. I assume I'll be fighting y'all, Tojo, Rosie, Cinders, Dark. I assume I'll be fighting y'all offline at some other point. You don't gotta do any viewer battles today. Gonna Jaboka all your berries. Look, I can't say shit about niche berries. Fucking what is it? What is it even called? The Garganackle that won with a Masanga berry or something? What was that? Pangy Twitter. That's his name, right? I think I found the wrong guy. This guy's a gamer, but he's Rainbow Six Siege. Whoops. Whatever. Masong Magnolia or some shit. Yeah, something. Maranga, there we go. It was locked before? Was it really? Yeah, Pengi built a Scyther, Sylveon, Garganackle team and used Maranga Berry. There we go. Maranga Berry's wild, dude. Holy shit. That's so crazy, dude. I considered Sylveon at one point. I mean, yeah, and he brought Stealth Rocks. That's crazy. So I had to settle for Luminous Moss. Um, so yeah, the team was wild. It was a smaller tournament, but still, props where it's due. It only ups the special defense with a water attack. Wait, is that what Maranga does? I thought Maranga was one of the damaging ones like Jaboka. Oh no, it raises, yes, raises the holder's special defense by one stage when hit by a special move. Interesting. Why? How? Oh, wait. What? What does that do? Like, I obviously the special defense boost, but like, could you not have used a terrain berry for that? I guess that's only one stage, right? But at the same time, you still have to be hit by a special move, right? In order to activate that, key ups your physical defense after being hit by a physical attack. I think this one did have recover. I think it was Salt Cure, Stealth Rock, Recover, and Protect, which is means that they were like they sacked Wide Guard for Stealth Rock apparently. Roette Berry is the special variant of the Jaboka Berry. Gotcha, gotcha, yeah. I knew there was one for each. I know the idea was to just constantly Salt Cure and Stealth Rock punishes the switching to get rid of Cure. Oh, I see how that works. Yeah, you're right. Also, can you imagine Stealth Rocking a Sun team? Like, damn, bro. Fucking Charizard is taking 50% just for switching in, dude. That's crazy. Roette Berry, Alolan Exeggutor with Harvest for defense boosts? Don't they usually use that for Citrus? Okay, well, regardless, um, the thing that I am mainly here for is I wanted to talk about the direct. Oh, okay, that hurts you more times. Okay, gotcha. That makes more sense. So, not you, you. There we go. I never play. So, huge direct happened. So the leaks, I wanted to take an in-depth look because the leaks miss the DLC entirely. So I know all the leaks, and even I didn't see this shit coming. I have been sitting here saying that Raichu deserves a Mega for a long time. I know it's a Gen 1 Pokemon. I know it's part of the Pikachu line, which gets all the love. But Pikachu's the one that gets all the love, not Raichu. Raichu gets overshadowed in every possible way when it comes to Pikachu. Raichu got a regional variant and a signature Z move in Alola. That's a lot of love for Raichu, right? Pikachu got an Ash Pikachu form and 3 signature Z moves. Like, what? And then, uh, Pikachu also got a signature G-Max form with a signature G-Max move, a signature item in the Light Ball that explicitly encourages you not to use Raichu, multiple distributions for the Ash Pikachu. Yeah, you're right, it can definitely wear a hat. Uh, And finally, Raichu gets the love it deserves. I've been saying, I know it's Gen 1, I know it's part of the Pika line, but I've been saying Raichu deserves a Mega for a long time. Specifically, I agreed with what people said about Gorichu. So if you don't know, Gorichu is the evolved form of Raichu that was scrapped in Red and Blue. Originally, Pikachu was supposed to be a 3-stage line, starting at Pikachu, no Pichu, just Pikachu, Raichu, Gorichu, which Goro comes from the Japanese god of lightning, or I'm not sure if it's the Japanese god of lightning, but it's a god of lightning. Let me find a better image of this guy. Here it is. Um, you'll see on his cheeks, if I, okay, now I gotta go back. If I go back, see the symbol on his cheeks right there? See these? Does that look familiar? I'll give you a hint. It's right there on Thundurus. And Tornadus also has the same symbol on him. I think Landorus does as well. I'm not totally sure about that one actually. Does he? Yeah, Landorus does as well. That's because the it is based on the god of storms. Maybe it's not thunder, it might be storms. I want to say his name is Raijin. Yeah, this guy, this dude. So obviously, One Piece watchers recognize this as a direct reference to Aneru from Skypiea, because Aneru is also based on this god. With the drums and the symbol, this symbol is on there. It's Raijin, the Japanese deity of thunder, lightning, and storms. Originally, Raichu was supposed to have an evolution based on that with Gorochu. This is what the beta design looked like it from the Terra, which we got from the Terra leak. Um, but they eventually scrapped it. People found it in the source code of Red and Blue that he was supposed to evolve. And once this got released, everyone was like, "Oh my God, Raichu deserves a Mega Evolution that looks like this." Well, it's not quite the same, but Raichu X looks a lot like it with the ears. Uh, like he does. He resembles them a lot. He doesn't have the Raijin symbols on him anywhere, but when he stands up, he does resemble it a little bit. Um, that means he murdered someone. Huh? Pokemon have canonically murdered people. I mean, look at Ogerpon. Ogerpon has teardrops, right? It looks like Raichu X. Um, Ogerpon has teardrops on him, right? And he canonically has killed people with the water mask. He does have teardrops. Either way, um, obviously this is meant to look like Pikachu. This is meant to look like Raichu. That's the whole point of these two megas. I did bring up the fact that Zeraora was originally supposed to be getting a Mega Evolution. The leaks literally claimed that Zeraora was going to get one when it claimed all the Megas that have been confirmed to be getting Megas were getting one. Like, they were like, yeah, Kalos starters, Malamar, Victory Bell, all of these Pokemon are getting Megas. And Zeraora. Well, they ended up scrapping Zeraora the day that it all leaked. They literally came out the same day and were like, by the way, Zeraora has now been scrapped. And I believe that is because that's the day they decided to do a DLC, and they announced. And let's be for real, these Raichus take up Zeraora's slot, right? You can't have a mythical, electric, potentially electric fighting type, and these Raichus with a mythical right here. Like, you have a mythical Pokemon that's probably getting a Mega. You have two evolutions coming from a mono electric type, one that's probably a physical attacker that's probably getting the fighting typing. It definitely overshadowed Zeraora, that's why they scrapped it. Um Now let me find the images of the, because these were obviously not the only two that were added. We got three more that I'm pulling up the images of. Gen 10 will be then 3 but electric instead of, will be Gen 3 but electric instead of water types. I don't know about that, but I guess I can't say anything yet. So, obviously we have these three. And I wanted to take some time to try and speculate what we're going to get out of these three. I should zoom this out. But also, I wanted to take some time because this trailer revealed a little bit more than just the Raichus and potentially Hoopa. Right here. Not one. I don't think one singular Megastone in this image is one that we know. If you cross-reference this with every Megastones, Pokemon Cerebi. If you cross-reference this with every Megastone that we currently know, the only one that appears to be... These aren't very good pictures of them. The only one that appears to be one that we might know is... Ah, shit, I already missed it. This one, right here. People are claiming it's Hydreigon. I think it's just the Latiasite. Like, looking at this, we have purple with red. Purple with red. It looks like Latiasite. Great Tusk Chestnut Fusion. Mega Hoop is coming. It will be the Gate Guardian. I think Mega Hoopa will exist. Honestly, I think Hoopa's gonna get a Mega. It just makes so much sense seeing the marketing for this DLC. Uh, Great Tusk Chestnut Fusion. I'm a big fan of Chestnut. Chestnut's Mega. I love it. Um, so a couple things to start our theorizing off. Chestnut Mega. What you doing, homie? We're theorizing. We're about to theorize. So I want to start with Mega Chestnut because I have a pretty damn strong theory. I'm gonna go Chestnut, Delphox, Greninja, then the Raichus. Then we're gonna jump into who else is getting Megas from this picture. So Chestnut, I'm certain I know what ability this is getting. I know what ability this is getting because not only does it make lore sense specifically with this Mega Evolution, but it would really be able to use this ability pretty well. So it says a hardened outer shell greatly bolsters its defenses. Energy from Mega Evolution has been channeled into its outer shell and throughout its body, resulting in a dramatic increase in its defensive capabilities. Now, you could take that as both defensive and special defensive. Can this thing stop going up? Holy shit. What? Why does it automatically make me go to the top? So you could take this as defensive and special defenses. Sharpness. No, I'm not giving this thing sharpness, I promise. Shell armor got it. So Toadger's making a joke about the whole prankster intimidate thing, how like everyone's just okay, yeah, how everyone just gives everything prankster and intimidate and calls it a day. Cough cough, that's a +1 with Mega Greninja. I don't know if you've watched That's a +1's video on the Megas, but he gave Greninja prankster, which I wholeheartedly disagree with. I see why he thinks that because he is a dark type and has some support move pool. I don't think he's gonna get prankster. I think there's other options. Um, so the important statement is this one. The fur on its body has also grown and can act as an impact absorbing cloak, which bolsters, and then they also said, it dramatic increase in defensive capabilities. Can anyone please tell me an ability that involves fur on your body and boosts your defensive capabilities? Yep. Thank you, A plus everybody. Fluffy and fur coat are the correct answers there. Now, they work slightly differently because I think I could be wrong. Is fur coat not just better? My thing is blocking new tab. Fluffy ability Pokemon reduces damage from contact moves. Okay, so that is a little bit different. Contact moves by 50%, but fire type moves do double damage. Versus fur coat ability. I think this is just all physical. Halves damage from physical attacks by 50%. Pretty similar, but obviously Fluffy has the fire type weakness, which he's already weak to fire. I believe he is confirmed to be keeping his grass fighting type. He's not becoming steel or rock or anything that people thought he was. He is confirmed grass fighting. So it could be either I'm hoping for fur coat because it's better, all physical moves instead of just contact ones, and no extra fire weakness. But come on, like that's a slam dunk prediction, right? I have heard nobody else mention this. Yeah, it's only 5'3". This thing's a short king if I've ever seen one. Look at this thing. Beat him by 1 second. Um, yes, we do stand short kings. This motherfucker has a. This is the Tinkaton stereotype. Short king with big ass hammer. So I've watched That's a +1 Moxie boosted. Austin John plays. I've watched a ton of videos of people theorizing what ability this thing's gonna get. Not a single one has mentioned Fur Coat or Fluffy. I am honestly bewildered by that because I feel like that is the obvious thing to jump to. This and Fur Coat, I believe, is a signature ability, right? Okay, not quite signature. It's a Alolan Persian and Furfrou, which I guess one of those is Kalos. When it removes a piece of its incredibly tough shoulder armor, Spikes. Wait. Confident that it can withstand any sort of attack, it possesses a steadfast spirit and always remains level-headed. So another one, steadfast spirit. I guess you could make the argument. Oh well, it's getting steadfast. Raises speed each time the Pokemon flinches. Bullshit ability. Actually sucks. Why would he get that? It's not getting steadfast. I'm just immediately writing that off. It's not. I don't think they'll do Fur Coat. You don't think so? It'll end up being like an Iron Barbs clone or Dauntless Shield clone. I have heard the What did I do? I've heard the Dauntless Shield argument. I have not heard Iron Barbs argument. That would be interesting. I do see why. I mean, does it even have to be like they could just give it Iron Barbs and even call it that? They'd probably clone. No, they'd probably change it because it doesn't have iron. I do like that argument. Iron Barbs. I'm writing that down. Um, what do I have to erase this with? All right, Mega Chestnut. Some ideas that it could get. It could keep bulletproof. Honestly, wouldn't be too bad of ability to keep. Could get Dauntless Shield / a clone of it. Iron Barbs / a clone of it. And then Fluffy / Fur Coat. Actually, I'll just put this as two separate entries. Fluffy and Fur Coat. This also helps it to boost its defense without making Body Press too broken. Because obviously, if you just gave it an ability that flat out doubles its physical defense on a Pokemon who's already physically defensive, has Stab, Body Press, and Iron Defense, we might have a problem. What does What does base Chestnut have? Bulletproof. Like, look at that. Already we're at 122 defense. That's pretty strong defensively. And supposedly, it explicitly says it boosts a dramatic increase in defensive capabilities. This thing is going to be Mega Aggron levels of defensive. Put more faith in the people that made Mega Kang than I do. Wait, what? Give me 230 body press. Jesus fucking Christ. Wait, hang on. By the way, Aggron, as of this, I believe he does have body press now, does he not? Oh, does he not? Why did I think he got body press now? Oh, there it is. Not in Brilliant Diamond for some reason, but in Sword and Shield he does get body press. So he didn't get body press before, now he does. He already has 180 defense. And then Mega Aggron goes to 230 defense and he gets body press, bro. He's gonna get one iron defense off and we're cooked. It's just gonna do so much damage. Regardless, that was a little side tangent. Um, do you get body press? No, he does have an interesting support move. He's got coaching, uh, taunt, wide guard, and quick guard. Like, he's got some interesting. He gets belly drum? Wait, that might actually be a strat. With how bulky he is, you might be able to get away with belly drum. He does get body press? Oh, did I miss it? Control F, body press. Oh, I did. I just straight up missed it. I'm just blind. Yep, there's body press. It was literally used with E-Seed or Grassy Seed as a Zama Junior in H and I. Yeah, in I. That's right. Yeah, in Reg I, the Zang team with Double Dragon, Miraidon, Koraidon, Scoville, and Clefairy, and Didi, and Chestnut. I'm pretty sure he had Body Press, Grass, or Electric Seed, Body Press, uh, Wide Guard, Leech Seed, and yeah, I think you're right. Either like Spiky Shield or Iron Defense or something. Welcome back, Ferrothorn. Yeah, honestly though, this really is just Ferrothorn, but I don't know if it's better or not. But it's Ferrothorn, but Chestnut. So I think that right there is a pretty solid start to our list for the new megas. I'm gonna rewrite all the megas that we used because I have a bunch of stuff written on this list, but some of them were Pokemon that were only in the leaks, so I erased it and I'll rewrite it later. Um, so first let's just run these five. Ran into Blood Moon Ursaluna with Terra Water leftovers, Blood Moon, Moonblast, Moonlight, Yawn. That's a lot of moons. Um, I'm not too surprised if that was on closed team sheets ladder. People have been getting funky with Ursaluna. Have you seen that shit? People are getting wild out there with Ursaluna spreads. You don't know what you're facing. Okay, so that's Mega Chestnut. Confident that it can withstand any sort of attack, it possesses a steadfast spirit and always remains level-headed. When it removes a piece of its incredibly tough shoulder armor, spikes extend from the shield to form an axe-like weapon with a long handle. The shield-turned axe head is so heavy that even Mega Chestnut's brute strength isn't enough to easily wield this weapon one-handed, but gripping it with both hands makes it possible for Chestnut to use its weapon. I'm not showing this, am I? Possible to use this weapon. Gripping it with both hands makes it possible for Mega Chestnut to use its weapon with exact precision to beat down foes. That's what its fucking weapon looks like. That is badass as hell. Um, this is a signature move, probably. Why? Why did we go back? I think this will probably be a signature move for sure. Stance change? That's actually such a cool idea. Wait. Wait, that's actually such a cool idea. That actually makes a lot of sense with its lore. Because you have it in defense mode here, in attack mode here. Dude, you could even give it King's Shield, because it's got a crown. And King's Shield lowers attack, which would explain the defensive. I think that's cooking. I'm adding that to the list. Stance change is such a fucking cool idea. It's just such a signature ability, no one would ever guess that it could be given to somebody else. Stance change is such a cool idea. Holy shit, that's so cool. I really like that theory. Leech Seed stance change is gross. Yeah, that is. Alright, I think that I'm pretty satisfied with Chestnut theorizing. Bulletproof, Dauntless Shield, Iron Barb's Fluffy Fur Coat, and Stance Change are the current theories going on for Chestnut. Would I buff you in any way in terms of move pool? Yes, actually. Uh, in order to get, I have an extra whiteboard over here that's move pool buffs. I'm giving it King Shield as a move pool buff. Chestnut. Um, Chestnut, you have now gained King's Shield. Awesome. Awesome. Alright. Let's take a look at the next one. Delphox. So I have a decent idea what Delphox might be getting. I have a couple ideas. I'm not locked on one like I was with Chestnut. Mega Delphox. Uses its psychic powers to confuse opponents, making for a tricky fighting style that allows it to unerringly deal damage. Wait, I forgot to mention this. Its hardened armor boasts high defensive capabilities. When Mega Chestnut moves to attack, the armor becomes a powerful weapon with which to smash opponents. Again, that does seem to state stance change as its ability. Anyway, Delphox. Levitate. God, I hope I'm right and it gets the Levitate. It would be so bad. Yes. It's hard to, let's just read. Its psychic abilities have been enhanced. Mega Delphox controls two branches that float by its side. It moves these branches as if they were brought to life by its magic, leaving onlooking opponents bewildered. It floats atop a large lit branch, dazzling its foes even further. That one sentence, it floats atop a large lit branch, dazzling its foes even further, immediately gives both levitate and dazzling, right? I mean, dazzling makes sense, right? I mean, not VGC wise, but like lore wise, it makes sense why it would get dazzling. Because that's exactly what it's doing. It's hypnotizing you with its flame and shit. Uh, levitate makes lore sense because it is quite literally levitating and it is weak to ground. However, dazzling and levitate are both useless on psychic terrain. Change the hidden ability of Delphox? No. No, not on regular Delphox they won't. But Mega Delphox will have a different signature ability because obviously Magician wouldn't work in that scenario. So, if your ability is Dazzling, because this is a Pokemon who uses Expanding Force, right? There's a whole niche right now for Expanding Force for Delphox. As an Expanding Force user, if you are on Psychic terrain, Dazzling does fucking nothing because you're already blocking priority with Psychic terrain. Levitate does even worse because you're not touching the Psychic terrain, so not only are you vulnerable to priority attacks despite Psychic terrain being around, you're not getting the Expanding Force boost because you're not on the terrain. There was a whole issue with Hisuian Braviary being an E-Force user when it first came in. People had to Terra Psychic it just to hit the terrain. Like, this strongly seems to say that it's getting either Dazzling or Levitate, but both of those abilities kind of cuck it. It doesn't want either of those. Please, Pokemon, fumble this bag. I saw Moxie Boosted say he thinks it might get a Surge Surfer equivalent for Psychic Surge, where its speed doubles in Psychic terrain, just like Alolan Raichu's speed doubles in Electric terrain. That would be very useful for this thing. And so I'm actually willing to write that down as Surge Surfer. That's not my idea, though. That's Moxie's. They forgore. Like, I was talking about if they gave it Levitate, like, you could run Prankster Gravity. Hear me out, hear me out. Prankster Gravity, it hits the ground, and you could run Inferno, which is 50 accuracy move that would become nearly 100, I think, and is a power 100 always burns. So you'd basically get, like, ridiculously power, or not, you basically get, like, Magma Storm, but instead of trapping them, it burns them. Like Wisp and Magma Storm together, I guess. 83% accurate in gravity. Like, I was like, that'd be pretty fucking cool, right? You could run Inferno, Expanding Force, and then Prankster Gravity down onto it. But then how would you get the Psychic terrain on? And also, it doesn't fucking learn Inferno. They'd never do it, but giving it away to set Fire/Grass Pledge would be neat. That'd be cool if they did that for like all three of the starters. Where each one has like one of the pledge effects as its ability. I think this gets a new ability to be genuine. I'm not gonna be guessing new abilities because, or at least I'm gonna try not to. Like the Surge Surfer, I guess I'm riding on. That's kind of an existing one. Uh, but it's very difficult to guess new abilities and stuff. I also want to go over Malamar, by the way, since I haven't gone over Malamar yet. Okay, so Mega Delphox, in contrast to its disoriented opponents, Mega Delphox stays calm and collected as it deals damage by landing precise attacks. Why? Why is it going out? What is happening right now? It keeps like randomly clicking shit. After confusing opponents, it incinerates them with scorching flames. So here's where I will guess something regarding a new ability. I think it has, if it's going to have a new ability, it's going to be something with confusion. So I promise this is related to Delphox. The Pokemon's attacks become critical hits if the target is poisoned. That's merciless. After confusing opponents, it incinerates them with scorching flames. In contrast to its disoriented opponents, Mega Delphox stays calm and collected as it deals damage by landing precise attacks. Powers to confuse opponents, making for a tricky fighting style that allows it to unerringly deal damage. My other guess is Confusion Merciless, where all of its hits become critical hits if the opponent is confused. Or at the very least, it'll get something regarding confusion, right? Calm and collected. Why is it doing this? Yeah, I'm not very calm collected when it comes to technical difficulties. I've shown y'all. Y'all have seen in my Discord. The number one way to piss me off is technical difficulties. I will blow a fucking fuse in 15 minutes or less. Like, if you give me technical difficulties, I will actually have a conniption faster than you could get Geico insurance. I will blow everything up. Like I'm on the brink of punching through my monitor off one blue screen. That's all it takes. Swagger and Delphox spam in 2027. Dear God, please no. Does it get Swagger? Does it get Confuse Ray? Better get it. I'm not seeing Confuse Ray. No Confuse Ray. Wait. Swagger? No matches. Confuse Ray. Oh, it does get Confuse Ray. I'm just stupid. Vigapult has taught us anything. It's that TBC descriptions don't always translate to abilities. Oh yeah, you're right. It zips around on sharp lookout for an opening with acrobatic flying maneuvers. And then and then it's base 43 speed. Anyway, buffs. I'm giving Delphox Swagger. Why the fuck not? Delphox now has Swagger in its move pool. Hell yeah. Alright. I mean, think about it. Swagger would also theoretically be good against Malamar, like Mega Malamar with Contrary. Confuse it and lower its stats? Kinda crazy. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. Um I don't really know anything else that like jumps out at me. There's just Psychic Surge Surfer, the Confusion version of Merciless, Dazzling Levitate. Is there anything else that like jumps out? Megadefox attacks its foes by skillfully coordinating its moves in tandem with the two lit branches floating nearby. And there's more. These seemingly autonomous flames don't just confuse the opponent. There we go, confusion again. They can also be combined. Fucking hell. They can also be combined with the flames Megadefox spits from its mouth, forming a huge fireball that engulfs and burns its opponent. Its opponents. If it carries a charge bug used as a battery, yeah, it can. It said something like if it carries a charge bug and uses it as a battery, it can rapidly fire electric moves. Fire moves become multi-hit. Oh my god, Mystical Fire? It's Mystical. First off, we have to consider that as an option because Mystical Fire is its signature move, or was its signature move before. So if its ability benefits Mystical Fire in any way, it gains points for credibility in terms of whether or not it might happen. Fire moves becoming multi-hit is an interesting idea. Um, because Mystical Fire would be really good. Also, any move that has a chance to burn would have a higher chance to burn. It says Confusion so many times that I am convinced it has a signature ability to do. I guess okay, you know what? Fuck it. We are guessing signature abilities now. I said we weren't gonna do it because I thought it was gonna be too difficult to guess, but you know what? Fuck it, we are. We're gonna go into territory where we're guessing new abilities. This thing clearly has something to do with confusion. No way one Pokemon, no way a Pokemon whose only move that has anything to do with that is Confuse Ray that it doesn't even learn through level up, has this much stuff to do with confusion and doesn't gain some kind of buff regarding it. Some Vikavolts don't fly? No, I don't think so. I think it does still. Oh, if it carries a charge bug to use its spare battery, a flying Volt can rapidly fire high-powered beams of electricity. No, I don't think that implies that. Psychic moves and mystical fire now confuse. It would need to be a little bit more worded differently. Spinning first turns into Hatterene's D-Max move. I'm running Mono Dark. Hatterene. What was his G-Max move? G-Max Smite. Deals damage and confuses all opponents. Oh my god. Whoops. Actually, unironically, I could see it doing that. Like, honestly, it really could. It's just so much. Like, confuse. Oh my god. Please stop. Please stop. Why? Okay, we have confuse once, mesmerizes its opponents, bewildered its opponents, dazzling its foes, disoriented. Did I say that already? Don't just confuse them. Confusing the opponent. It says it like 9 times in this one page. It's either confuses or something along those lines. GMX Smite first draft league win. Confusion and hypnosis in colors. Gosh. Yeah, this is insane amount of hypnotism going on right now with Delphox and Malamar, I guess is what you're referring to. It's just so much. It has to be a signature ability regarding that. There's no way. I just can't see a way around it. Alright. Well, let's take a look at the controversial one, which is Greninja. Praying for a levitate just so I don't face some fuck-ass confusion spam. Work together to collectively mind control Lumia City. Yeah, honestly. Okay, well, one more thing before we move off Delphox is Pecharunt. Its signature ability, Poison Puppeteer. Pokemon poisoned by Pecharunt's moves will also become confused. It could be something like that, where If it burns them, it also confuses them, or something like that. Just minimalism with a side of why is it upside down. Some people think it's too silly. I like it. I think it's funny. I love it. I think it's goofy in the right way. He's doing his little ninja pose. He has some extra designs. You can see the water shurikens literally coming off of him now. And he has a giant helicopter water shuriken that he's on. I think it's hilarious. I love it. I legit think it would be better if it was just right side up. I could see that. Yeah, honestly, if it was right side up, if he was just floating on one like a surfboard, I could definitely see that being really cool too. I get where you're going with. I can probably kind of agree with that too, but I do think the upside down is pretty funny as well. So he does get black from his shiny design. Like I said, the shurikens are coming off. Now, what did I have before? Ba-bum-bum, Mega Greninja. It uses its incredible reflexes to launch attacks at opponents while they are distracted by the sight of it clinging to a gigantic water shuriken. We lost Ash Greninja and gained Topos Greninja. Yeah, yeah, you're right. This really is it. The upside down. This ninja Pokemon foregoes stealth to make full use of its sharpened reflexes. Unleashing the energy of Mega Evolution has dramatically improved Mega Greninja's reflexes. It intentionally reveals itself to push opponents into attacking. Then it detects their incoming attacks and moves so swiftly that it's able to strike first. Normally, Greninja would appear in a flash and disappear like a ninja. Now that it has Mega Evolved, it no longer bothers to hide itself, demonstrating to opponents its confidence that it will win. That is a description. So, one of the things that I had before this was revealed, because we did talk about the Kalos starters getting Mega Water type Gale Wings. Dear God, if I hear Gale Wings one more fucking time in response to a Mega reveal, I'm gonna lose it. We heard it for Dragonite, we heard it for Hawlucha. I swear, if they're gonna reveal one more flying and everyone's gonna be like, Gale Wings again, Aerialate Gale Wings. Um, Grass type Gale Wings for Chestnut. Oh, why didn't I think of that? Clinging upside down to a gigantic and rapidly spinning water shuriken. It clings upside down to a giant floating water shuriken that was created from a gel-like membrane secreted from its body. Opponents caught off guard by its surprising appearance are then wrapped up in its long tongue and prevented from attacking. It charges toward immobilized opponents to attack from its gigantic and rapidly spinning shuriken. I'm going to get this out of the way. And are then wrapped up in its long tongue and prevented from attacking. It charges towards immobilized opponents. That, I think, is just flavor text. I don't think he's actually going to completely stop Pokemon from attacking. Like, I don't think he's going to fucking flinch them constantly. I don't think they're going to do some shit like that. I think that's just lore. Never heard those. Don't be mad at me, Mr. Streamer. Yeah, anyone who says Gale Wings immediately is getting banned. Nah, I'm kidding. Just have Ash Greninja stats with pre-nerf Protean. Dear God. I doubt it. I don't think this is getting Protean at all. Gives opponents Truant. It would be wild. Long Reach is a horrible ability that I hope almost... I do... This ability is so bad. It uses its moves without making contact with the target. That's it. It only turns contact moves into non-contact moves, and that's it. Whoops. It's so bad. Stench Water Shuriken? You see, because it hits multiple times, I actually could... I forget Stench isn't just a Pokemon term. Because 10% chance of causing the opponent to flinch when hit by a damaging move, provided the ability bearer strikes first as usual. Actually, though, that does sound pretty correct. Because Water Shuriken has +1 priority. So adding in the fact that it has +1 priority and hits multiple times, adding in a flinch chance would be crazy. I don't know how they would have to rename it, obviously. I don't think that's gonna happen, but because that just seems toxic as fuck, dude. Oh my god, dude, that would be so toxic. Oh my god, can you imagine every game you have to deal with priority multiple chances to flinch? Oh my god, dude, that would be awful. How much is stench? 10%? But water shuriken can hit like 5 times. That'd be a 50% chance to flinch if you get the full hit. Switch online rather than a DLC. Yeah, you're right. They are pay to win megas. We can't rule anything out. I'm not sure I'm convinced about that ability, but I see why that would be brought up. Gel-like membrane. I saw somebody say water bubble. It's not water bubble. It's not. If they gave this thing water bubble, we'd be fucking cooked, dude. Can you imagine? Can't be burned. Um, increased defensive typing and increased offenses by a lot. Gooey? No, dear God. Let's not give this thing something bad like Gooey. Yeah, yeah. Alright. Fucking, let's just go out of the fucking website. So, something I had before this got revealed was Disguise, Mimic usability. Disguise. Pokemon. I'm sure y'all know what Disguise does. Once per battle, the shroud that covers the Pokemon can protect it from an attack. Because I thought that'd be very Greninja-esque. Because, I mean, you look at Greninja's stats right now, right? This thing is a Focus Sash user. It has low defenses, high offenses, right? Yes, exactly. There is no Disguise now. That's the problem. So I thought Disguise would be really good for it because you could just bolster the offensive stats, ignore the defensive ones, and it would have a built-in Focus Sash tech in a way with Disguise. It also makes sense because of how much it uses fucking substitutes in Smash Bros. I think Unite, and just in the anime and lore in general. It learns substitute from Level Up as well. Like this is a very like it would make sense why it would get Disguise. Literal like ninja arts from animes and stuff like that, where it like swaps itself with a fucking log or something. It really did seem like it was Greninja's thing until this got released and it says it intentionally reveals itself to push opponents into attacking. Uh, it no longer bothers to hide itself, demonstrating to opponents its confidence that it will win. I'm still keeping Disguise written down, but like I'm really not convinced anymore that that Disguise is going to be its ability. I know Technician was written down. Obvious reasons it would be a good user of Technician. Greninja. I'm gonna write Disguise and Technician back down. It's wait. Unless Pokemon is pulling a Malamar here. It's disguising Greninja's tricking the people dexing it. New ability where it's mega when it megas it taunts the opponent. Jesus Christ. That would actually be so useful, dude. Can you imagine that? Oh my god. Water Dark new ability, Bushin no Jutsu creates a substitute for itself upon first mega evolving with HP equal to 50% of user's own HP. Wow, that would be broken. I don't think they would ever change the substitute like that. Creating a substitute on Mega Evolution is kind of what I'm going for with this Disguise thing. Uh, I think just giving it Disguise would be more likely than creating a new ability like that. I don't think it's gonna get Swift Swim. I get why people want to say it's Swift Swim. It A ton of these things are saying that it's ridiculously fast. It is a water type. I don't think it's Swift Swim. He's already fast enough, and we already have one water starter with a Mega Evolution that gained Swift Swim. I don't think that's gonna be it. I this is so Chestnut I was really confident with. Delphox I had some ideas with. Greninja I'm really starting to run out of ideas. My one really strong idea with Disguise kind of got disproven by this Mega. So I'm not totally sure what I'm looking at here in terms of abilities. I'd love to watch some more videos and try and figure out what other people think. But all the abilities that I'm hearing from other people are fucking stupid takes, dude. Like, unironically, just make me cackle to myself. Like, come on. Like, Water Bubble, Swift Swim, Prankster. Bro, it's not getting this. I really don't think so. I mean, lore, I guess adaptability, it's a frog, but that's as far as that line goes. Like really, I'm kind of at a loss with this thing. But I may be kind of at a loss with this thing. But you should see how much I have written down for the Raichus. I don't know what the fuck to give the Raichus. I should give it Fake Out, Parting Shot, and Intimidate. Ah, genius. You're right. We should. It sucks that we're probably not getting the abilities anytime soon since CA doesn't use it. It sucks that it's going to be probably a long time before we see any abilities. Is there anything I would give him? He gets Sucker Punch, right? No? Alright, I'm giving him Sucker Punch. Greninja buff. He's getting Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch. I actually do feel like Parting Shot does seem like a ninja thing. Actually, no, that's like yelling, right? No, he's not getting Parting Shot. I was more thinking of like the disappearing part of it, but I guess Parting Shot is like yelling. Ads are about to start, guys. I've snoozed them twice already. I'm gonna save the last one. I'm gonna let it go through. I'm not gonna go too far into anything. I'm just gonna talk about like Greninja buffs. Once y'all get back, we'll go into the Raichus and then the mysterious Mega Stones that got revealed in this, like this one and that 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 one and all of these. Um, Actually, I might go a little bit into the Raichus because I'm not gonna lie, you're not missing too much. I really don't have too much written down for the Raichus, if I'm being honest. So let's pull them up. Mega Raichu. There's like a actual page for it, is there not? Wait. Okay, here we go. This is the page I was wanting. So we have Mega Raichu X and Y. It floats using electromagnetism and concentrates electricity into its fists. Stop! Immediately two abilities come to mind. I'm not saying these are great ideas, but floats using electromagnetism, we can't knock levitate, right? Raichu X. We can't just ignore levitate as a possibility after they say something like that, right? It concentrates electricity into its fists. This isn't actually this isn't an ability that I'm about to mention. It's a move. Like I said, Raichu took the spot of Zeraora in the Mega Dex, and so maybe Zeraora, passed along one last parting gift before it got thrown in the scrap machine in the form of Plasma Fists. Power 100, accuracy 100, physical move. That's it. Wait, what? What is this? Changes normal type moves to electric type moves? What? Wait, what the fuck? I didn't know this. How does that work? Changes any other normal type moves used by any Pokemon on the field into electric type moves? What? Does Raichu learn Ion Deluge? Wait, it, Ion Deluge doesn't exist anymore. Let's go back to like Gen 7. Ion Del Gen 6? Ion. No, it never got Ion Deluge. Weird. Huh. Okay. I like this now. We're giving it Plasma Fists. Raichu now learns Plasma Fists. I don't actually think. Let's be real. They're not actually going to do that, but it would be cool, would it not? So, hello everybody. Welcome back from ads. What y'all missed was me discovering what Plasma Fists did. Um, that's about it. I was looking at Raichu and the description where it says it floats using electromagnetism and concentrates electricity into its fists. One that made me write Levitate down as a possible ability for Raichu X, because come on, it floats. I can't knock it. I know Magnezone floats. Magnezone's an electric type that floats using electromagnetism, and he didn't get Levitate. But I can't write it off, right? Concentrates electricity into its fists made me write down Plasma Fists as a potential move for him, which is really interesting because changes normal type moves to electric type moves. Uh, something people have said that I thought of originally was Galvanize, the ability that changes normal type moves into electric moves and gives it a boost, just like how Liquid Voice does for sound, how Aerialate for Refrigerate, Pixelate, all those abilities work. Um, but if you look at Raichu's move pool, let's take a gander at how many moves he's able to really abuse Galvanize with. Oh, that's right. Fucking nothing. You'd have electric fake out and that's about it. He has like hyper beam and giga impact, I guess. But like, really? I don't know, dude. I don't think he's ever I really don't think he's getting galvanized. Fake out quick attack. Yeah, let's run that ability just for the power 40 moves. I just don't think he's getting galvanized. But Plasma Fist, giving him this as a move would give you Galvanize technically, but for everyone else, which would be a very interesting gimmick, right? Body Slam would be strong, power like 120-ish at that point, and then potential paralyzation. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Facade Raichu, please God, no. I don't think he was gonna get it. It just doesn't seem right for him. Um, the other thing that I want to look at with that one line is double shock. The user discharges all the electricity from its body to perform a high damage attack. After using this move, the user will no longer be electric type. It is a physical move. It's not impossible to give him double shock, right? I don't think he will. He does have Volt Tackle, right? We do have to consider he has Volt Tackle. He has a strong signature physical electric move. So it's very possible that that's just it. That he's just gonna have Volt Tackle. They're not gonna give him Plasma Fist or Double Shock or anything like that. But I just wanted to at least explore those options because lore-wise, it sounds like he might get Plasma Fists, concentrates electricity into its fists. Giga Impact Galvanize. I did mention that. I said Giga Impact did exist. The repulsion from the electromagnetic force generated by its two tails allow it to float as it moves. Again, levitate is a thing, I guess. Its ample subcutaneous fat can store up electric energy, letting it maintain a high electrical output and heightening its defensive capabilities. Using electromagnetism, you would think as a physics major I'd be able to say that word fast easily, but no. Using electromagnetism to propel itself swiftly through the air, it can take down opponents several times its size with a single blow of its electrically charged fists. It bears a distinctive resemblance to regular Raichu. Installation as a Magic Guard reskin? I don't think so because they've just mentioned too much about its defensive capabilities, floating, and its fists. I think it does not look like it can defend. The thing does not look like it can defend itself. It's basically on stilts. It's floating is what it's meant to be. So the 3 points is exactly what I said. It has high defensive capabilities, extremely high electrically charged fists that can take things out with a single blow. They're several times bigger than it. And it can levitate through the air. Those are the 3 points that it really hammers home. I could fight that thing. Nuts are very kickable. Yeah, okay, bro. It's gonna look at you with the hollow purple thunderbolt. Todra, I believe, mentioned that the idea of making physical or special moves physical, so it gets like physical thunder and stuff like that. I don't know how on board I am with that, because of how much physical it could theoretically get. It has Volt Tackle already, and like I said, it's possible it could get Double Shock or Plasma Fist as well. I don't think it would need that kind of ability. But, I mean, physical Electro Web would be pretty cool as a support move, to be fair. Um, I don't see Electric Surge here at all. We'll come back to Electric Surge for Raichu Y, for sure. Raichu Y. But, I don't know, dude. At the moment, Levitate seems like at least a strong guess. The other one is Mold Breaker. And here's why Mold Breaker is getting mentioned. One, he looks like he would have Mold Breaker. Two, the better that Raichu gets, the better that Raichu X gets, and the better that Raichu Y gets, is directly proportional to how good base Raichu gets. Because base Raichu has Lightning Rod. So if these two Megas are running around spamming electric moves with their crazy abilities and crazy damage output, people are going to stop Mega Evolving their regular Raichu in order to counter that. Because they can Lightning Rod all these abilities away. Or all these moves away that these two are spamming. So, Mold Breaker is a relatively strong guess for Raichu X because that would negate other Raichu's ability to negate him. Also, that would be another Pokemon with Mold Breaker Fake Out. So you'd be able to fake Pokemon out in spite of Dazzling, Queenly Majesty, or Armor Tail, which Dazzling, seeing as Delphox and Malamar are both potential Dazzling users, is getting pretty difficult to work around. So having Mold Breaker Fake Out would be super useful on him. I mean, there's the obvious thing with, oh, it punches, they mentioned its fists, it's gonna get Iron Fist, which I don't want to write down, but they did give it to Zeraora, so it kind of makes sense, but I'm not gonna write it down, I'm not gonna lie. I really think... I I just have Levitate and Mold Breaker written down, and I really don't feel strongly about either of them, but I don't really know where else to go with this. I'm not putting Thick Fat, we know it had chubby cheeks, because of the, like, that's its whole evolution lines thing. Alright, let's look at Mega Raichu Y real quick. It strikes swiftly and bathes foes in electric power. Do you get Electrify? Why am I doing this? Electrify. No, you do not. You do now! Alright. A buff to Raichu. I have Plasma Fists and Double Shock written down. You're now also getting Electrify. Because why the fuck would you not? Like, look at that. Come on, bro. I just did something massive? What'd you do? What's up, random, by the way? How's your day going? So, okay, Mega Raichu Y's greatest strength is its ability to unleash its power instantaneously. That's big, we'll talk about that. So it excels in short, decisive battles. The amount of electricity it can generate in the electric sacs on its cheeks have been powered up. The energy generated in these cheek pouches is amplified as it courses in a zigzag pattern between its tail and the spiky horn-like fur on its head, letting it unleash powerful electric-type moves. All this electric energy gives it a wild and combative temperament, causing it to issue tactical maneuvers in favor of a straightforward approach to battling. It bears a distinctive resemblance to Pikachu. Went 7-1 in a TCG tour. Hell yeah, dude. 7-1-0. Aren't there a lot of ties in those kinds of tours? I'm surprised you had 0 ties. I hate to just keep slapping signature moves on this thing. Electrify was a signature move, Double Shock and Plasma Fist. I'm just mentioning that it's not getting Double Shock, right? It might get Plasma Fist. Raichu X might get Plasma Fist just based on this, but base Raichu I don't see really using Plasma Fist, so I don't feel like that. This seems to suggest some kind of Zing Zap scenario, but that's physical, and this is clearly special, so I'm actually not gonna give it that. But that is interesting to bring up. I thought Raichu X was Pikachu. No, Raichu X is Raichu. Bears a distinctive resemblance to regular Raichu. Bears a distinctive resemblance to Pikachu. Just wanted to come and say that. Well, I'm very happy for you, and I hope Chad is too. Greatest strength is its ability to unleash its power instantaneously. Yet another electric type signature move that sounds right would be Thunderclap, because of its ability to unleash it instantly. But we can't take mega descriptions and give it signature moves because Raichu base form has to be able to use these moves lore wise. So that's why I don't think it's getting Plasma Fist, Double Shock, Electrify. I think it'll get Electrify. I don't think it's actually getting Plasma Fist, Double Shock, or Zing Zap, or Thunderclap. I think it'll get Electrify, but that's it. I don't think it's actually getting any of those signature moves because I think those moves are going to say signature. But that is interesting. Its ability to unleash its power instantaneously. First person to say electric type Gale Wings gets doxxed on live TV right now. I fucking hate this shit. It strikes swiftly. Why are so many of these Pokemon implied to have priority, dude? Dragonite looks like it'd get Gale Wings. Hawlucha is a flying type, so everyone said Gale Wings. Greninja and Raichu both seem to imply that they strike so fast that all of their moves just guaranteed have priority. Galvanic Wings. Like everything seems to be priority. Unleash its power instantaneously. Maybe Surge Surfer. I think that's a huge stretch though, especially since Alolan Raichu already has that. The energy generated in these cheek pouches is amplified as it courses in a zigzag pattern between his tail and the spiky horn-like fur on his head, letting it unleash powerful electric type moves. I think that is simply flavor text. Sure, galvanic wings, Autobot semiconductor. Yeah, sure. I actually have another idea. Electromorphosis. If a Pokemon is hit with an attack, is hit by an attack, the power of the next electric type move it uses is doubled. The Pokemon becomes charged when it takes damage, boosting the power of the next electric type move the Pokemon uses. Its ample subcutaneous fat can store up electricity, letting it maintain a high electrical output and heightening its defensive capabilities. Using wait, it can take down opponents several times its size with a single blow. This is used in a special sense, but it can be used physically. Because it's just any electric type move. What do we think? Ellamorphosis? I do think if either of these Pokemon don't have a way around regular Raichu's Lightning Rod, they're gonna have a problem trying to become competitively viable. Because if because they can only become so competitively viable till other Raichus are countering them. Unless they have some way around it, like Mold Breaker or Stalwart or something. That's the only way I can see them becoming like truly viable. That's why I said Mold Breaker is such a strong idea for him. I don't really know how that's gonna happen. If you give him Electromorphosis, then he doesn't have a way around that. Plus and minus, dear God, fucking no, please. Let's not give it plus and fucking minus, dude. Get it dumb, get it dumb, get it dumb, get it dumb. Get it dumb, get it dumb, get it dumb, get it dumb. Did any of the Pikachu clones have interesting abilities? Dear God, no. I know Morpeko doesn't count. Togedemaru, no. Or at least not Iron Barbs. What else did it have? Lightning Rod, Sturdy. Dedenne, you're Kalos, so like I guess you're a little bit more relevant. No, fucking hell. Okay, none of them had anything interesting. Raichu, why? I mean, Electric Surge seems like an obvious thing to at least guess for him. Ultra and minus unultra. No. The Dragonite wings turned into Raichu Thunderbolts. Yeah, it does have it does have it on its heads. I really don't know what to fucking do. I'm basically what I'm doing right now is just taking any ability that has to do with the electric type and throwing it at them. Electromorphosis? I don't know. Maybe electric surge? Maybe surge surfer? Maybe levitate to dodge ground moves? I don't know. Could be. What is that brown cord? That's its tail. I have no clue what these guys are gonna get. I think the strongest guess is that he gets Moldbreaker. But I've heard that from a lot of people, so it's not like an original idea necessarily. But I do think that is the strongest idea out of all of the ones that we currently have. I guess I'm gonna have to workshop that more. Okay. So something I would like to very much look at is this. So we do have pictures. This is every stone that is new. I'm going to refer to them as Megastones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Looking at these color schemes, there's a couple things I want to bring up. Number one, I mentioned this earlier, Megastone number 2 looks a lot like the Latiasite. Look at them side by side. Purple, red, purple, red. Purple exterior, purple exterior. I find it hard to believe this is not Latiasite. It does appear to have like a black streak here, but it was, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not taking that as confirmation it's not Latiasite. We are still going to talk about this about this stone just in case. Um, but I really don't think this is a new Megastone. It is hard to get rid of it from that idea because looking at this, all of these are new Megastones, so why would the Latiasite randomly be in here? Okay, the first one I'm starting with is the easiest one, and that is Megastone 3. Take one look at it, and it should be obvious who that is. Snipping tool at its finest. I didn't make this screenshot. I just took it off Twitter. It should be obvious who Megastone 3 is. This is Victory Bell, right? Wow, I spelled that wrong. Like, oh, another thing. This Latiasite is a good example. The Megastone's color schemes are based on the Mega Evolution, not the base form. Obviously, a lot of colors transfer over. Sometimes it has a niche reference, like the red streak being a reference to Latias, because the Latiosite has a blue streak. But generally, the Megastones are a direct reference to the Mega Evolved form, Sablenite. Obviously, this is a reference to Mega Sableye, not regular Sableye, seeing as regular Sableye does not have red or yellow on him. There are countless examples of this. So, Victory Bell does carry his colors over, so this is still a strong guess for Victory Bell. Now, this stone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Megastone 6. People have been saying they think it's Flygon, because Flygon has been heavily wanted and asked for a long time, and yet to no love. In fact, Game Freak has confirmed they had a Mega Flygon design but scrapped it because they couldn't seem to get it right. My source is Dr. Lava. Find him. He is a social media person who originally helped design Pokemon. He has come out and said they did have a. I think that's what he did. He's a reliable source. I used to follow him for a while. But he said he had an interview or something, and that's what he came to, was that there was a Flygon design at one point. Um, it would obviously get Arena Trap, I think, but looking at it, obvious like okay, this stone has orange in it. Flygon has red, right? I would venture to say, especially looking at Pokemon like Mega Dragonite, in a Mega Evolution scenario, Flygon would get orange on him to resemble Trapinch. A lot of Mega Evolutions take, like, inspiration from their pre-evolved forms, I guess you could say. And I think this is a strong guess at that. I do think that this being Flygon is a strong guess, but there is the possibility. People mentioned this looks like Rillaboom. And it's hard to deny that. Like, this is Rillaboom's colors. Pretty strongly. Megastone 6 is green, orange, with a little bit of black. That's Rillaboom. I don't know if Game Freak is ballsy enough to give Rillaboom a Mega. He's so good right now in VGC. He's used in every regulation. Giving him a Mega Evolution would be crazy. That would be such a good Mega Evolution. And then people were like, well, if Rillaboom's getting a Mega, that means wouldn't Cinderace and Inteleon get Megas? You could argue this is Cinderace, and that this is Inteleon if Inteleon gets a little bit of green. Or no, I think this one people could argue is Inteleon if he gets a little bit of purple. Sceptile? No, this isn't the Sceptolite. The Sceptolite looks really weird. Oh, I guess it's not as weird as I thought, but it's like very heavily orange. It's like inverted colors of this. I don't know why it is that way, but it is. But that is a good example of Megastone that kind of deviates from what you would expect. I know Sceptile has like a little bit of orange on it, but like not that much. Like, see? Like that's all the orange he has. So, it is a good example to bring up that no matter how much we look at these colors and guess, there's a chance we're never going to get it because we don't know what colors the Mega are going to have and how much the stone is going to resemble that. But, so there's an argument that this is Rillaboom, there's an argument it's Flygon. If this is Rillaboom, then there's an argument this is Inteleon and this is Cinderace. But we don't know. Mega Violet Bloom, boom. Which stone are you thinking is Violet Bloom? I'm gonna go over a couple more stones, and then we're gonna get into leaks. So, this one, Megastone 11, is AG Slash. I challenge you to find a Pokemon that makes more sense and fits better than AG Slash for this last stone. Straight up non-binary flag. I have seen those memes. Purple, gold, black with a white exterior. He even has the laced white. Literally AG Slash to a T. This is AG Slash. I find it extremely hard to see anybody else in that stone. There is the argument that this stone number 10, half of them look like toothpaste. Yeah, the design does make it look like that. This one kind of looks like Crabominable. It has the colors for Crabominable. I don't know why they would choose Crabominable to get a Mega Evolution, but I guess. Whatever, dude. AG Slash makes a lot of sense because it's not only Kalos, but it's a two-stage evolution that is very heavily loved. Like, people love AG Slash. It's highly requested to get a Mega. Its design very much could have a Mega. The only thing is that its ability would be complicated. Three-stage. I'm speaking TCG language. It's two-stage in TCG because it goes basic stage 1, stage 2. So I really do think Aegislash is probable. Crabominable just has the colors going for him here. That's the only thing that makes me think it might be him. It also could be Poltegeist. Because Poltegeist also has the colors for stone number 10. But Poltegeist just had love in its convergent species with Sinistra. So I find it hard to believe that Poltegeist would get it. This stone, the one that I'm claiming is the Latiasite, could be Malamar. Malamar. I think the colors are a little bit off. Well, I guess in this situation we need to pull up Mega Malamar, right? I do think the colors are a little bit off to be Mega Malamar. Now that I'm looking at it. So, the fact that this appeared with all these new stones seems to suggest that this stone is not the Latiasite and it is a new one. And now that I'm thinking about it, it doesn't look like it's Malamar's stone. So there is a chance this is new. And if it is new, we cannot rule out Hydreigon. Hydreigon does have the colors for this and would be a heavily, like, it'd be a Pokemon people were very happy to see get a Mega. Its ability Levitate is so uninteresting. Why is Pokemon gleefully telling us that Malamar gets meningitis every time it Mega evolves? Malamar is such a weird fucking Pokemon, dude. Its brain to swell. So, Hydreigon. So let's make a. I need a third whiteboard, dude. How many whiteboards do I have? The answer is a lot. I have a lot of whiteboards. Third whiteboard acquired. Bloody hell. People for the ethical treatment of Malamar PETM. Yeah, we're starting a movement, guys. So, the Pokemon that we think might be getting Megas off this. Flygon. I'm not including the ones that we know are getting Megas already, like Victory Bell and potentially Malamar. Flygon. Rillaboom. Cinderace. Inteleon. Poltegeist. Crabominable. Mega Carnivine still needs to happen. That thing needs a regular evolution before it Mega evolves. AG Slash. Um. And Hydreigon. Okay. I have all my whiteboards like laid out everywhere right now. Mega Pyroar for Stone 1. This is very pink. I would actually argue. Actually, hang on. We'll get to this because I'm about to get into leaks, alright? This stone looks like Emboar. Emboar. I don't like it has some white, but we've seen some kind of weird configurations of colors before. But it has the Emboar colors in the flame, right? So I kind of looks like Emborite. So I'll add Emboar to this list. And now for a little Control Geek original theory. I haven't seen anyone say this yet, but these two right here, stones 5 and 8, look like Tyrantrum and Aurorus. Aurorus is like the only Pokemon I could find in the decks that matches these colors, kind of. Besides Arctovish. Yeah, you could make the argument Arctivish matches the colors really well. I don't think it's fucking Arctivish. And they're both Kalos Pokemon that really need a Mega. Like, look at these fucking stats. Tyrantrum especially has such a cool typing. They really could use a Mega. I really, really would like it. They're both rock types. Like, we need more rock types in the like more offensive rock types. I know Aurora's is more of a defensive one, which sucks because its typing's awful. But the more rock types in the meta, I think the better because so many Pokemon go unchecked based on the fact that rock is so bad. Like there's very few good rock types, and whenever one gets good, it gets really good because of the fact that there's so few rock types. So flying and fire types are just going completely unchecked. Not completely, but like it's hard to fight them. I really think these two deserve megas, and they're from Kalos. They're fossils. Like it would make a ton of sense to give them megas. So that is a possibility for these two. This one, the only Pokemon that I could Mega Cacturn. That's another one I feel like could use an evolution first. But which one are you saying is Cacturn? This one, there's only two Pokemon that have the correct color scheme, and that's Gastrodon Blue, which I do not think is the answer, and Araquanid, but I think the green is slightly off. I'd be so down for Araquanid to get a Mega. I'm not even gonna lie. Araquanid Mega would be so huge. I don't know. I've always thought Cacturn needed a regional variant that looked more like a Scarecrow and was like part ghost. But maybe you could really just turn that into an evolution, honestly. Mega Ludicolo. Honestly, give him the dancer ability. If you made a Mega Ludicolo, give him the dancer ability, and we might have been cooking. It'd be kind of cool. Um, this looks like Clefable. Granted, it could be a lot of pink Pokemon, right? But it does look a lot like Clefable. Like it's got the majority this pink, one sliver of darker pink. That's exactly what Clefable is. I guess you could make the argument as well. Well, Blissey kind of has that going. Wigglytuff has that going. If you really want to get technical, Screamtail has that going. Hardcore definitely hits those color palettes. But obviously, I don't think fucking Screamtail is getting a Mega Evolution. Uh, I think that's about all that I can put together without going into leaks. I think there's two Pokemon this could be. I don't know if I'm going to talk about leaks today. What the fuck is this? Yeah, we've just reached enlightenment, I guess, according to Spotify. I almost don't want to turn it off. What the fuck is this? I think this is because sometimes I use Spotify as like a noise machine to fall asleep, and it goes through songs like this. And so it thinks I really, really like these songs, like leisurely, and so it keeps recommending me them. This is not what I intended. Alright, vibes playlist. Anyway, bum bum bum. Okay, no, this. So there is two possibilities for this in terms of leaks. Outside of that, honestly, I think that's the only. I think I know who this is based on leaks, and I think I know two possibilities for who this is based on leaks. But I think that's it. I think that's the only Pokemon. That's the only stones that might belong to Pokemon that we already had leaked. So there's also a good chance. There's still a good chance that they are originals for the DLC. I'm very excited for this DLC. I know there's a huge controversy going around right now that they already announced paid DLC before the game was even out, and I agree with that controversy. I think that's dumb as fuck. But we all knew. But I mean, are we really surprised? Like, we knew it was coming. We knew they were going to do a paid DLC. I guess we didn't really know since Legends Arceus didn't have one. But I mean, it's Game Freak. They want money. Uh, I I I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think if they already have this data ready to go, it should have been part of the base game. But overall, we know we're getting a paid DLC. When it gets announced is not that big of a deal to me. I think it's annoying as fuck that you have to pay online to get Greninjite, Delphoxite, and Chestnutite. That's stupid. That's really dumb. Because I wanted to use Greninja in my main playthrough, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. That's dumb as fuck. But whatever, I guess. Um, I would love to go more in depth as to what these megas might do. Like how I feel like you could give Hydreigon Berserk. Like if stone number 2 is Hydreigon, Berserk. Oh my god, that's a fucking manga. Forgot. Berserk raises the special Pokemon special attack by one stage when its HP falls below 50%. You could make Mega Hydreigon bulky, and then it's a dark type and a dragon type that have it. One of them's even flying, which Hydreigon has levitate. You could give Hydreigon Berserk, like no cap, and that would be a banger ability for that thing. It also is a special attacker, so like make it bulky, boost its special attack a little bit, give it Berserk, and we're cooking. After it deals with internet issues, yep, my special attack drastically increases. What can I say? I think Berserk would be cooking for Hydreigon. Some of the other Pokemon. What would you do with Aegislash? Would you make two new forms, one offense, one defense, and keep stance changes its ability, or would you do something completely different? Here comes the sharpness train again. I mean, it's a fucking sword, right? Like, how can you not? Honestly, you know what my take is for Aegislash? I think you do make two forms. I think you make one mega form for offense and one mega form for defense. Like, call it Aegislash X and Y if you want. And it, depending on what form Aegislash is in when you mega evolve, it goes into a different form. There is a sword mega and a shield mega, and its abilities are Intrepid Sword and Dauntless Shield based on which one you go into. It doesn't change. It doesn't change its stance once it's mega evolved. If you mega evolved it into a sword mega, it stays that way the whole battle. Same with shield. Uh, but if you mega evolve it into sword mega, you get Intrepid Sword. If you mega evolve into shield mega, you get Dauntless Shield. I think that would be really cool. Game Freak can't code that. Hey Bailey, thank you very much for the raid. Let me give you a shout out real quick. Shout out Bailey Max. I don't even need to copy and paste. I know how to spell your name with two X's by nature at this point. Welcome in, everybody. Heels, Bailey, chat. Thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope y'all's stream went really well. Yay, marble stream. Yeah, we're going over megas. Look at these beautiful marbles. What's up, Token and Johnsy? Uh, as a quick summary of what y'all are doing. By the way, if you aren't following Bailey, please go follow. Unlike me, Bailey has at least a pretty consistent stream schedule, so if that's what you're looking for and you're not getting it here, go over there. We had a cute time. I popped in there earlier and I had it lurking for a little bit on stream, but once I moved over, I X'd out once I moved over to streaming my tabs. We've been going over the direct because the direct showed us all these new Mega Stones. As you can see, there's this green, pink, yellow one, and that's right here. So all like none of these stones have ever been seen before, so they all correspond to megas that we don't know yet. And even me, who follows the leaks, don't know most of them because I didn't know the Raichus were coming out. Um, and this is all DLC stuff, so I don't know any of this. So I'm kind of theorizing, like for example, this one right here, aka this one right here, is probably Victory Bell, right? So that's one we already know. That was legit such a good gag. Yo, the Mega Yon Mega thing. That would be so fun, dude. I mean, we're already getting Dragonite as a Mega Stone, right? Like, its Mega Stone is totally going to be called Dragonite. We're also getting Mega Meganium. That's cool, too. The Mega Mega. Um, Dragonite Knight. Yeah, there you go. So we were going over some of these stones, trying to determine what they were. We also went over, we went over the 5 megas that were released in the trailer. I actually haven't touched Malamar yet. Malamar also got revealed, huh? We were looking at Raichu X, Raichu Y, Delphox Greninja, and Chestnut, and trying to guess what they were gonna get in terms of abilities. We have a strong theory on Chestnut. I think our Delphox theories are a little weaker, and I don't really know totally what I'm doing with Greninja. I had some strong theories, but I feel like the Mega kind of disproved it. And then I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with the Raichus. I'm not gonna lie, those two rascals have got me scratching my head. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna get. But we have some pretty good ideas for Chestnut. I think we have really strong ones. There's obviously the idea that it could get bulletproof, just keep bulletproof. I don't think that's gonna happen, but you know, we can't write it off. We also wrote Iron Barbs down and Dauntless Shield down. I'm not too strong on those. I think Iron Barbs is relatively strong theory, but like I feel much more strongly about the other theories that we have, which is based on this statement right here. The fur on its back has also grown and can act as an impact absorbing cloak. It increases its defensive capabilities. It's confident it can withstand any sort of attack based on this fur as an impact absorbing cloak. We're pretty sure it's getting fur coat, maybe fluffy, but like probably fur coat. But then Todra said it might get stance change based on this defensive posture, this offensive posture, and its hardened armor boosts high defensive capabilities. When Mega Chestnut moves to attack, this armor becomes a powerful weapon. Also, it removes a piece of its incredibly tough shoulder armor in order to attack with a heavy, heavy thing that needs 2 hands. That really does seem to be AG/'s stance change. So that was our running theories. Fur coat and stance change are our strongest theories with Chestnut. Delphox, we have some dumb ones. Greninja, we don't have too much, and then Raichus, we got nothing with Raichus. We don't know what the fuck we're doing with Raichus. I'm not gonna lie. Delphox, we said Dazzling or Levitate, but both of those are kind of null and void on Psychic Terrain because Psychic Terrain already blocks priority, so it doesn't need Dazzling, and Levitate makes you not touching the Psychic Terrain, so you can't Expanding Force and you can be Sucker Punched. We also wrote down Psychic Surge Surfer to boost its speed, or some version of Merciless with Confusion. Yeah. Anyway, that's the quick and dirty of what we've been doing for the last 2 hours. Wow, we're 2 hours in. Now we're looking at these stones and we're trying to match them to Pokemon that exist and see if we can figure out who these megas are. I said this looks like the Latiasite. Boom, Latiasite. Uh, but it could be Hydreigon. Could be Malamar. Probably not. But it could be Hydreigon. We've got Victory Bell or Meganium here. This kind of looks like Clefable. This might be Flygon if you took Trapinch's orange and replaced Flygon's red with Trapinch's orange. It also could be Rillaboom, Inteleon, and Cinderace if Inteleon gets some purple. That's what these three could be. I said that this could be Tyrantrum if this is Aurorus. That would be 2 Kalos. Speaking of stance change, this is probably AG Slash. I really don't see anyone else this could be. This kind of looks like Crabominable or Poltegeist. And then I don't know for this one or this one. This one could be Embor. We know Tepig's a starter, so like they could be Embor. This could be for Alligator, right? No, he doesn't have dark blue. No, yeah, no, this isn't for Alligator. If we go into leaks, I have a couple more guesses as to what this and this could be. But that's really all the leaks do for me. I don't know anything else. And I have a strong guess as to what this is. This could also be Licky Licky, I guess. Licky Licky. I spelled it wrong. It could be Licky Licky. Can you imagine Mega Licky Licky? Mega Hoopa? Well, not Mega Hoopa. Just look up Hoopa. We got to take both forms into consideration for this Mega Stone. I mean, it's got similar, pretty much the same color palette. I I feel the same way I feel about this. Like the same thing with Hydreigon is the color on this is not the right color for this. And Malamar. Malamar is also the same way. They're all purple. This is red. So I don't feel too strong about any of those guesses. Anyway, that's where we're at. I'm actually thinking of ending stream because I feel like I've hit my wall. For the megas that got revealed, I think we've hit everything, all the guesses that we could hit. I don't really have any more guesses as to their abilities. The Raichus were really hitting me with that Rider's block. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the fuck they're getting. So, and then I think I've iterated all my guesses for this. Mega Gastron on Pink and Mega Gastron Blue are separate megas. Boom. Oh, so it's just Stone 1 and 9. Megastone 1 and Megastone 9 are just the two Gastrodons. I mean, we can't. It's possible. There are two stones that could correspond to them. That's all I'm saying. I don't think Gastrodon's the kind of Pokemon that's going to get a Mega. But there's some Pokemon in the leaks that I would have said that about. Victory Bell's one of them. I wouldn't have expected Victory Bell to get a Mega. Yet here we are, I guess. Oh well. So let's keep this raid trade going. Let's take a look at who all's alive. Wow. No one. Mega Arbok? I think I did hear somebody say Arbok. I don't know about Meowth, but I think I did hear someone say something about Arbok. Oh. Schedule. So, Pittsburgh Regionals is this weekend. I will not be streaming this weekend because of Pittsburgh's Regionals. Now, I have some prep to do for Pittsburgh Regionals. That does not only include battling, but also team building. Like, I have to actually build the team, and team building is going to be a lot of Orangaroo shenanigans. See you there? Oh shit, Token, you gonna be there? Hell yeah. Look for my beanie. Look for my signature purple beanie. It works. It doubles as a beacon and these things, and feel free to come up and say hi. I'll look forward to it for sure. Um, so Pittsburgh, I'm really excited about. I have my team locked in. I just need practice with it because I locked this team in. We built it on stream like a week ago, and I've been busy all week. I've played like 10 best of threes with it total. I need more practice with it. And yet I'm going to be busy the next few days, so I'm not gonna have a chance to get too much practice with it. So I'm thinking tomorrow. So tomorrow I was planning on doing the War Turtle Wednesdays and Rock's Oddball Tour. However, haven't played since I won War Turtle Wednesdays, so you're almost a week by too. So, oh wait, War Turtle Wednesdays is happening. He must have just posted it because I didn't. I checked earlier today and I didn't see it. Um, good, good. I'm really stoked for that. I will definitely see y'all tomorrow for War Turtle Wednesdays. Uh, at least competing. It's up in the air if I'm gonna stream or not. I'm not totally sure because I really do need to lock in. Uh, no sleeping tonight until you get 10 best of 3 games in. I have a interview for a really big job opportunity tomorrow. So I can't do that. Oh, wait, Rock's tour on Limitless is on Friday. Oh, so he still has the ladder tour tomorrow, right? Bum, 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 bum. Code for Wednesday. He posted that yesterday. Okay, okay. So both Rock's tour and um War Turtle Wednesdays are on tomorrow. Okay. So I'll probably at least stream one, maybe both, but I might also stream none. It is up in the air because I do need to lock in for this practice, but I also want to get some streams in before I take a whole nother weekend off because of being gone for Pittsburgh. Wednesday ladder tour, Friday limitless. Got it. Return of the Glizzy. I am excited that he's coming back with these because they're very big. I mean, fucking 146 people. He's got $300 prize pool. Holy shit. I don't know if I want anything to do with that, honestly. But that's right in the middle of my work schedule, so I'm not going to be there. The ladder tour starts at like 10 p.m. for me, so there's and I don't have to be there when it starts, so that's convenient for me. And then the War Turtle Wednesday is past midnight, so I'm not going to be working there unless I'm closing, which I'm not. Um, so yeah, those two tours are convenient for me. The Glizzy tour is not. So I'm gonna try and do those two. I'll figure out which ones I'm streaming, if any, if not both. And I will let y'all know in the Discord. Thursday I'm gone. Friday, Saturday, Sunday I'm gone. Then next week I'm planning on doing Hollow Knight streams to finish that game. I've got the final boss. I've got Nightmare King Grim. I've got the Hollow Knight. I think. Supposedly I can fight him in the God Home. I've got Pantheons. So I've got a couple. I've got a good couple streams left of Hollow Knight before I'm finished with that. I need to finish Pokemon X offline, and then hopefully we'll be in ZA territory soon. I can just do fuck around on like Reg J ladder after to fill the gaps until ZA drops. I'm very much looking forward to that. Anyway, I'm gonna snooze ads because they were about to go in 17 seconds, and we're getting the fuck out of here. All right, let's see if there's anyone good to raid. I looked a second ago and I didn't really see anyone. What about I'm Kira? What are you doing, Kira? Oh no, Kira's not playing Pokemon. Never mind. Damn, bro. Pokemon. You know what? Let's find someone new. Let's find someone I've never raided and never interacted with before. Oh wait, Captain Kidd is alive. I know Captain Kidd. Y'all want to go to Captain Kidd? Let's do it. I say we go over there. I'm sure I'm about to get hit with ads by him. Slash raid Captain Kidd with 2 Ds. Not Eustace Kid from One Piece. Alright, there's the raid. Has follower or subscriber only chat. Alright, fine, I'll drop a follow, I guess. Bum. Like I switched Onyx into a Jinx Ice Punch. My guy Rock does not resist ice. That is a common mistake to make. I make that mistake a lot, especially with Ogerpon Cornerstone. Rock does not resist ice. Little fun fact for you guys. Alright, we're gonna head over there. I'll see you over there. Thanks for stopping by for my theorization stream. Honestly, making it 2.25 hours off just theorizing off that direct is kind of crazy. I can yap. What can I say?